Hi guys, it's Harvey from All Parts Pool and Spa. Now, a couple of blurbs ago, a couple of YouTubes ago, I don't know, about 10 YouTubes ago, I told about a horror story of a person I knew bought a sta-rite heater through one of these internet companies cheaper than I could buy it, and it was only 6 months old at that time. It needed a blower, and when I opened it up, it was an '02 model. He didn't keep no records. Sta-rite didn't want to hear a thing, and the man just didn't want to spend any money. So he bought a new heater through me because he knows it'll get warranted good and everything else like that. But he didn't want me to install it. He wanted to install it. He wanted to install it his way. And every time that happens to me, I go, okay. And I didn't know I was going to go back there, but I handed the manual to him, pulled it out of the truck, handed the manual to him. I said, now, before you install this heater, read and understand the manual. You know the first thing he did with that manual? Threw it in his car. When his wife's driving him back home to Maryland, he'll read the manual. How hard can it be, right? Just replacement of a heater. You know, he's not gas licensed. Probably didn't even check for any leaks. But anyway, and he's not a licensed electrician. But all right, let's go take it one further. He called me up and he says, Harvey, this thing is defective. And I says, what are you talking about? He says, well, because I plug it in and it goes right to service system. So what do you mean it goes right to service system? And I know exactly what the man did, but I didn't want to tell him over the phone because I didn't want him to get electrocuted. And besides that, I wanted to make sure because I didn't know the voltage that he wired it to. So that's why I wanted to go there. And he wasn't quite sure what the voltage he wired it to. But anyway, that's another long story short. It comes, a sta-rite heater comes pre-wired with a 240 volt plug in it. Now they have a plug for 240 and 120. That's how you convert it, this little simple plug. All right. What happens sometimes if the 240 plug is in there, you get faults. And the big one is service system. Nothing else turns on. The light is sort of dimly lit and service system turns on. So I drove all the way up there and I checked the voltage. It was 110 volts because he wasn't sure of the voltage. He knew there was a white wire, but around here they don't stripe even the white wires to be a hot wire. So I just wanted to make sure it was a 110 volt application. Well, I asked him where was the manual that you were supposed to read. He said, well, it's in the car, and when we go home later today, I'll read it. I said, well, no, you were supposed to read and understand the manual before you install this. He says, yeah, I know, but how hard can it be? I said, well, I opened it up, and I said, it's this hard. I said, if you read the manual, you would have noted that it had a 240 plug installed in it, and if you had a 110 volt application, you needed to change the plug. And he said, made one comment, which, I went, okay, yeah, you're sort of right. He was installing it himself. He did the gas himself, but he didn't even have a meter to test the voltage. So he didn't know what his voltage was. And I asked him, didn't know. He wanted to do it himself. And there's another pet peeve of mine that I told him about. He didn't bond it. Sta-rite wants their units bonded. It gets bonded to the pool equipment. You take this bonding wire, I like seeing this bonding wire to the pool motor. And if your pool motor is not bonded, your heater is not bonded, get a licensed electrician to come out and bond your pool equipment. All right? Bond all your pool equipment. Your ladders are supposed to be bonded. If they're not bonded, bonding's been out there for a long time on handrails and everything else like that. Make sure by the licensed electrician your whole pool is properly bonded. And if it isn't properly bonded, spend the money and have it done right, because it can save a life. All right? So anyway, just a little helpful tip. It comes pre-wired, 240 volts. So read and understand your manuals, and keep in mind it's pre-wired for 240. Let me take it one further. The reason why they pre-wired for 240, every heater that leaves sta-rite gets fired up and tested. Let me give you one scenario why they wired for 240. Because if they left the 120 plug in and you wired it for 240, it would burn out and void your whole unit. This way here, if they pre-wire for 240, it doesn't do much damage. So that's why they do that. Okay, guys? If you got any questions, email me, harveyallparts@gmail.com. And summertime's coming, guys. Be safe out there. Bye.